Well, Tim and I decided we were hungry and we needed to go down to a little place called Maketu down the coast for a pie. The other reason, of course, is that neither of us have been on the bike for a few weeks, and you get a bit of cabin fever, itchy feet, if you don't ride. So that's where we're off to, but forgot to pack my rain gear and the weather's not looking too flash. But the good thing is it's not very far, it's only about another 15 minutes from here. So if it rains a bit we won't get too wet. Just going through Tipuki again. This is the sort of the first little town you come to once we leave Papamoa, heading south. Oh, I've got to go there. Next couple of days. Anyway, running a bit late because it's 5 to 1 now, but went to jump on the bike and the bloody battery was dead flat, even though I've had it on the trickle charger for weeks. I just took it off the charger 2 days ago because I needed to shift things around in my garage. And yeah, dead flat, not a sign of life. Anyway, put the jumper leads on and got it going. Took about 3 goes with the jumper leads to get it to start and actually keep running. It would start, but it wouldn't keep running. It just, I suppose there wasn't enough power to run the fuel injector. Anyway, it's going now. But that's going to be the next thing, is a new battery. I sat down the other day and wrote a list of all the things I needed, couldn't do without for the bike. And it finished up being quite a long list. I want a new seat, because this one's just, the standard stock seat is just too uncomfortable for long trips. Gonna need a battery now. I want a LED headlight, because I've been doing a bit of night riding the last 2 trips I've done, and it's just shocking. The standard light. And what else do I want? I want to replace my foot peg, the mounting for my foot peg. I've got pivot pegs which are bloody good, but on the left hand side my leg has to go out and around the exhaust pipe, and the peg's just too short. It doesn't fit, and I'm finding myself, I can't stand comfortably because I'm always on the very end of the peg and I can't move around as much as I'd like. And I know you can get longer ones for the KTM. My brother's got them on his, and he just transferred his off as 990. So obviously they make them for the 990. And I know another guy who got the 990 mounts as well, so I'm going to have to buy those. What else was there? Oh, new tyres, front and rear. Just forgotten the other things at the moment. Oh, I know what it is. I want to buy one of those giant loop saddlebags for doing trips. I just explored all the other options and investigated them, and I know the giant loop is very popular, and I also know it works because my brother's got it on his one and he absolutely thrashes his bike. You know, he rides it like an enduro bike, which is what it is, I suppose, when he rides. And to my way of thinking, if the giant loop bag can stand up to the treatment he gives it, then it's a good product. So I want one of those. They're about $650 New Zealand landed in this country, so that's a big expense. I want a little a small tank bag on the front as well. It just hooks on or sits on the front of the front seat. Just one of those small Wolfman ones, I reckon will be the bee's knees. Just enough to put cell phone, wallet, screen cleaner, visor cleaner, and little odds and ends in. It doesn't sound like much, but boy, it adds up once you write a list. Quite ironic they're doing this road up now that the new motorway bypasses the town and this village, and they've decided to upgrade the road. It's a bit of a laugh, really. I can't really think of what else I wanted to buy now, but that's quite enough for now. Oh, I know one other thing. Actually, I just remembered. I want a new camera intercom system. The one I've got's okay. It works. It's fine. But I really love the new Sena 10E, I think it's called, or no, Echo, 10 Echo. And what it is it's improvement on the 10C, which was the model that has the little camera built into it. And lots of people think that, well, lots of reviews have been done about how the camera's not that great. It's all right, but it's not the best camera in the world. Well, I've seen a lot of video footage done with the 10C, and I can't see anything wrong with it. Particularly when you put it on YouTube, it gets all compressed and altered anyway. And that's all I want to do, is put videos on YouTube. So why have the top quality camera when YouTube just stuffs it up anyway? Anyway, they brought out a new model, this 10 Echo, and apparently it's a vast improvement on the old one, on the 10C. So yeah, one of those on the list. About all for now, I think. I'll think of something else. Always do. I wouldn't mind putting LED indicators all round as well, but the original ones are really good. They're really flexible. I don't know if you can see down there. They don't break, they're out of the way, they're bright, and I can always put LED bulbs in if I want to. So I'm not that worried. I put LEDs on the rear, on the back, and they were ones that my son had bought for me for my old bike after he smashed it up. And they're cheap LEDs, and they worked, they were fine. But I noticed that after a year, they got moisture inside them somehow, and most of the little LEDs stopped working. And my mate up ahead here, Tim, said to me one day, he said, "Oh, I hate following you because I never know which way you're going because the indicators aren't bright enough." And that made me have a look, and I noticed that on one side there was only actually 2 LEDs working. The other side I think was only 1. And yeah, you couldn't see them at all, particularly in bright sunlight. So I put the original indicators back on again. I only took them off because they were mounted to the original tail gantry that sticks out the back of these bikes. Looks bloody ugly, and it gets in the way and they break anyway. So I took all that off and got rid of it and mounted everything up on the rear fender mudguard, which is where it should have been in the first place. And the LEDs just seemed like a good idea at the time because they were smaller. But I put the original ones there now, and they're fine. They mount nicely. They're out of the way. They're sort of still protected enough by the rear rack carrier. So yeah, I'm going to stick with that idea now. So I'm not going to worry about the LEDs just yet. Maybe when I get some heated grips. I knew I'd think of another thing. I wouldn't mind some heated grips. Because last time, the last trip I did, yeah, is that better? The last trip I did, I left early in the morning and it was a frost, and boy, it was bloody cold. It was freezing, and then I had to ride through fog, and it was really miserable. So, yeah, heated grips. So, anyway, I know the stator on these things isn't 100, it works fine for what the bike needs, but when you start adding things like heated grips and things, other electrical appliances, not that I've got any other thing apart from the USB plug, but you know, one day I might want to connect up something else, then rather than fork out for a new stator, it's easier just to replace all the bulbs with LEDs, because they just draw so, particularly the headlight, and I'm going to do that anyway. But I'll do it, taillight's already been done, it's already LED. So that significantly reduces the load. So that might be another thing. Yeah. Anyway, plenty of time. I mean, all those, most of the things on the list are optional, apart from the tyres. And I can just save up and do them over time. Need a replacement mirror on the right hand side as well. They're only I get them from the States for these particular mirrors. They provide replacements, and they I think they're, I don't know, about $30 US. So by the time I get them here, a little bit more. So again, not urgent, you can still see out of it. Whoa. Front tyre moving around a bit. Probably need a bit of air. I'll pump it up when I get there. Oh, that's one thing I did buy. I arrived in the mail the other day, was a slime portable compressor. Read good reviews about it, and it's compact, just fits in my backpack nicely. Whoa, yeah, the bike's really moving around. There must be that tyre. I know the rear one doesn't lose air, but the front one does. I know. Yeah, so I'll get my little slime compressor out when we get to where we're going and pump her up. I hope I've got enough battery power. That could be an issue. Might be better to go to a service station. I think they might have one here, not 100% sure. Otherwise, might just have to ride carefully. Oh, that's a big new building for Maketu. This is a little village in Maketu. Few people, it's becoming more and more popular. Oh yeah, there's the, oh, they have got air. No, it doesn't look like it's gone. Not connected up. Hope it starts again. Hope it starts again. Yeah. Just knows my bloody front tyres squirming around like many. Oh, no, flat. Maketu Health and Social Services. Aha. Well, it's nice to see a bit of money being spent in this town. It's a bloody nice little place. Historic village, actually. It's really old. I mean, I don't know how old, but got a lot of history here for some reason. Must look it up one day. Now here's the Maketu. There's no real sort of decent surf beach here, but it's got this enormous big estuary. I don't know whether you can see it there. And then there is a beach, but it's just really beautiful and calm. And straight out is Maketu Island, and that's the island you can see from our place. So we're, you know, as far as the crow flies, we're only about 10 k's down the coast from where we live. Right. And the reason we come to Maketu for pies is because they've got a reputation for being the best in the world.